Good evening. I'm calling the meeting to order at 4:35 p.m. The NVUSD Board of Education is holding a regular board meeting tonight, and we invite participation either remotely or in person. Directions on how to participate via Zoom are available at nvusd.org/board. The open session part of the meeting will begin at around 7 p.m. Before proceeding with the agenda, I want to inform the public that Trustee Gonzalez-Mares and Trustee Jankowicz will be participating remotely in accordance with Board Bylaw 9320. I would like to provide Trustee Gonzalez-Mares and Trustee Jankowicz with the opportunity to inform the public of their just cause for remote participation. We'll start with Trustee Gonzalez-Mares.
Thank you, President Chu. Good evening, everyone. The reason for my using the bylaw is due to childcare. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Jankowicz, would you like to give your just cause?
Yes, please. Good evening. I have to be remote and off camera because I just had surgery, and that is what the situation requires. Thank you for your understanding.
Thank you very much. We are now on item B, public comment on closed session items. Before going into closed session, the board is available for public comment on closed session agenda items. Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments on closed session agenda items online?
There are no public comments on closed session items.
Thank you very much. Seeing that there are none, the board will now adjourn into closed session. Thank you. And now we are in open session. Good evening. My name is Lisa Chu, and this is the Napa Valley Unified School District Board of Education. The NVUSD Board of Education is holding a regular board meeting tonight, and we invite participation either remotely or in person. We have a great audience today. Directions on how to participate via Zoom are available at nvusd.org/board. Spanish interpretation is available for tonight's virtual board meeting. Our interpreters are Francisco Mesa and Claudia Lindgren. One of our interpreters will now translate the directions on our English channel so our Spanish-speaking families may hear the instructions.
Muy buenas noches. Para interpretación simultánea en español, en un momento aparecerá en la parte baja o alta de la pantalla por Zoom el símbolo del globo terráqueo o tres puntitos en negrita. Por favor, coloque su cursor sobre él y en el submenú verá la palabra More o Más. Seleccione Language Interpretation o Interpretación de Idioma y después haga clic en Español y por último en la palabra Done o Listo. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we please start with an attendance roll call from Vera Morales, Executive Assistant?
Yes. Student Board Member Fish Leader?
Present.
Trustee Shu?
Present.
Trustee Gonzalez-Mares?
Present.
Trustee Jankowicz?
Present.
Trustee Martin?
Present.
Trustee Water?
Present.
Trustee Reiser?
Present.
Quorum present. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight for our NVUSD board meeting. As we begin our meeting this evening, we would like to begin by sharing both our Napa Valley Unified School District's vision and mission statements. Our vision is that our graduates are confident, compassionate, and adaptable adults who are well prepared for life and become inspiring advocates for themselves and their community. NVUSD's mission is to prepare each student for a successful future by delivering rigorous and relevant learning experiences that develop their literacy and career-ready skills, cultivate their interest, and build resilience, compassion, and confidence. Agenda item E1, report on closed session. Trustee Gonzalez-Mares, do you have a report on closed session agenda items?
Yes, I do. Good evening. Report on closed session items in regards to student discipline. This is with respect to every item of business to be discussed in closed session pursuant to Ed Code 35146 and 48912.20, Government Code Section 49060 and 49078, and the Family Rights and Privacy Act, USC Section 1232G, Student Matters. Expulsions are 3 cases. The board recommends the expulsion of student 01222026A.
May I have a motion?
Move to expel.
Second.
First by trustee trustee Riser, and second by trustee Martin. Vera, may we have a roll call?
Yes, trustee Shu,
Aye.
trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Water,
Aye.
trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
The board recommends the expulsion of student 01222026B.
May I get a motion?
Move to expel.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may we have a roll call?
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Water,
Aye.
trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
The board recommends the expulsion of student 01222026Z. C.
May I get a motion?
Move to expel.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may we have a roll call?
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Water,
Aye.
trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
In regards to item D2 personnel in closed session, the board took action to approve the following staff recommendation effective January 13, 2026. On a motion by trustee Martin and second by trustee Ricer, the board voted to approve the appointment of Dustin Walker to the position of Director 2, Food Services Director. Trustee Chu voted aye. Trustee Gonzalez Mares, aye. Trustee Villegas Hart was absent. Trustee Jankowicz, aye. Trustee Martin, aye. Trustee Riser, aye. Trustee Water, aye.
Great. So we want to welcome our new Food Services Director, Mr. Dustin Walker, and provide him an opportunity to address the board this evening. And welcome to the NVUSD family.
We need to turn on the mic.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. All right. Well, good evening, board. I was told there'd be nobody here tonight, so it's good to see everyone. I was also told I have to speak for 15 minutes, and I said yes because I don't know how to say no yet. But I'm very grateful to be here. I have followed Nosh's journey into scratch cooking since 2018. I was a young director. I love scratch cooking and what it does for our students and our staff. This would be my 14th year going into this field. I love what I do. I started as a cafeteria manager and worked my way up. I think serving students is extremely rewarding. The last couple years, I was here in California focusing on increasing scratch cooking under the Healthy School Food Pathway program. So I had the opportunity to visit Napa in person and see some of the amazing things that they do in their central kitchen and for the students and with the staff. So I am very excited. Thank you for this opportunity. And I know I have some money in my account, so I can't wait to spend that on investing in the food for our students and equipment and all those other stuff. But
Yes, the food services budget is in good shape, so.
yes, I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
As is the rest of our budget, too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, welcome to NVUSD. Okay. The next item, E2, is a flag salute, and we would be honored if...
President
yes.
Chu, if I may,
we have
there's one last report item to make.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, big celebration though. Didn't want to stop that. Next item, D5, with respect to items related to anticipated litigation, Government Code Section 54956.9, The board approved 3 settlement agreements to resolve the students' educational claims. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. All right, now we are on E2, and may I ask our student, one of our students of the month, to come up and maybe Principal Cisneros to introduce her, who is going to give us our flag salute.
All right, this is Juliana. She's going to flag salute so we can have everyone stand up.
Okay.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, by liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, the next item, E3, is announcement. This meeting is live streamed and recorded via Zoom and will be archived in the district YouTube channel. For a detailed review of any meeting agenda item, the archive video can be referenced on the district's webpage at nvusd.org. The process for public comment can also be found on the district's webpage. E4, approval of agenda. Before I ask for a motion, I would like to move item J1A before item H. J1A will be the presentation, one of the presentations. So may I get a motion for the amended agenda?
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
First by Trustee Reiser and second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may I get a roll call?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item E5, approval of minutes. E5A, December 11, 2025 minutes. Any motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
First by Trustee Reiser, second by Trustee Martin. May I get a roll call vote?
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item E6, recognition of visitors and employee organizations. Dr. Musetti, do we have any visitors in attendance?
We have lots of visitors, but we have agenda items that brought most of them into attendance. But I do want to provide our employee organization representatives that are here tonight an opportunity to address the board. I see we have the president of NVEA, Deb St. Clair, here, along with Mr. Troy Giddings, who serves as the chief negotiator for NVEA. Ms. St. Clair or Mr. Giddings, would you like to address the board this evening? Great, thanks for being here.
Great, thank you for attending. Now we are on to item F, recognition of students of the month. F1, Valley Oak High School. Will Principal Cisneros please present the students of the month?
Good evening, everyone. It's always wonderful to be here to say hello and to share a few words about our students of the month. My Valley Oak students unfortunately cannot be here tonight. I have a group of kids that are very, very shy, but they do send their thank you and acknowledges the recognition that they are being given, and very honored to the board, for the board and the Napa Valley Education Foundation and district leadership. So I will be presenting their plaques to them in my office tomorrow. But moving on to...
Do we want to just call out the name?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So I have Cody Greer, he's an 11th grader, and Matthew Ulan Chacon, or 11th grader.
Congratulations to them.
Thank you. And moving on to Students of the Month for Napa Valley Independent Studies, we actually have a video that Alexis put together for you. But before we go there, I will share a few words from his teachers that they sent to me. Since walking into the classroom at NVIS, Alexis displayed confidence, vitality, and integrity. He is a humble and modest young man. NVIS is not easy for many students. However, Alexis was steadfast and was able to meet the demands of school, a job, church, soccer, and his family. Alexis consistently embodies what I see as a leader and a true friend. He was always first to welcome new students and allow them to be seen and be heard. His compassion and heart allows others to feel safe and comfortable. Alexis would stay after class quite often to continue our class discussions, talk about current events, or teach me about Gen Z vocabulary. We all need to know that. I'm proud of Alexis and honored to have been one of his teachers while at NVIS. And for to say, I think we're going to play his video. He's at a soccer match tonight. He plays for American Canyon High School.
Good evening, everybody. I want to say thank you to the NVUSD School Board and Napa Valley Education Foundation for this honor. I really appreciate it. I also want to thank my parents for always supporting me and helping me get to where I am today. And I also want to thank my retired teacher, Miss Wilson, for always encouraging me and helping me believe in my future. And to my current teacher, Miss Burke, I want to thank you for being so kind and supportive. I've been an NVUSD student my whole life. I went to Canyon Oaks Elementary School. I went to American Canyon Middle School and American Canyon High School. But when I joined NVIS my junior year, that's when everything changed for me. I got to be more independent. I got to find my own pace, and I got to meet a lot of great people. And to share a little bit about myself, I want to be a firefighter after high school, and I want to continue doing music on the side as well. And I'm thankful for the opportunities NVIS has given me, and I'm proud of how far I've come. Thank you again. This truly means a lot to me.
So thanks to Kelly Watkins, who's actually enrolled in at Santa Rosa Junior College for the firefighter program, and then exploring the Fire Explorers at Vallejo City. So he's on his way and is quite a music writer. All right, our next student, Juliana Siqueiros, can you come up? I'm also going to have Ms. Farrell come up. She's actually her instructor and shared a few words with me to share with you about her. Juliana exemplifies the qualities of a confident, affirming self-champion through both her actions and her mindset. And I know that because we have a lot of conversations about this young lady. She approaches learning with clarity, purpose, setting ambitious goals, and yes, they are ambitious, and building a thoughtful system to achieve them. Her confidence is not loud or boastful. It is demonstrated through consistency, independence, and a deep trust in her ability to grow. She engages with every lesson intentionally, seeking not just completion, but true understanding, and she often extends her learning beyond what is required. Juliana's self-affirmation is evident in how she takes ownership of her education. She does not accept knowledge at face value. Instead, she researches, questions, and expands upon it. Even outside of school, she continues to invest in herself by learning new skills, such as studying Korean language. We need to talk. So I've heard about this young lady from the day one that she's been in our program, continues to push herself, just a self-affirming, determined young woman that has a wonderful future. And I see when we talk about the graduate portrait, it's really centered kind of the equity center and local ambassador, because I see her being that voice. And so I wanted to share that on my behalf. So you ready for this? All right. And this is Ms. Farrell, her teacher. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Juliana Siqueiros, and it is an honor to be here representing NVIS as Student of the Month. Firstly, I would like to extend my appreciation to my family, teacher, and the NVIS staff. Secondly, I would like to thank the board and the Napa Valley Education Foundation for the continued support towards our schools. Getting to be in this position is a result of adapting and adjusting to my ever-growing needs as an independent student. One thing that has kept me determined, and the thing I value about NVIS, is their efforts in encouraging us to think about how we can build a bridge towards a successful future. This element of NVIS allowed me to realize that the importance I place into my education now not only affects my present self, but also my future self. With continued perseverance and the immense support I receive from my school and family, I can see myself confidently building the bridge towards my future goals. Once again, it was an honor to be here, and I hope everyone has a good evening. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to all the students of the month. We're now on to item G, public comments on non-agenda items. Trustee Gonzalez-Mars, did we receive any public comments on non-agenda items via email?
Yes, we did. The following public comments were received. The written format has been forwarded and reviewed by the NVUSD Board of Education trustees. Parent Norma Ortiz on January 14 in regards to SBC program changes, wellness counselors, and student behavior, as well as Alonso Corona, CEO of the Napa County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, in a statement in support of the dual immersion pathway received on January 22nd. And that concludes public comment on non-agenda items received via email.
Thank you. Before I open the floor to public comments on non-agenda items, I would like to explain the rules that govern this area of the meeting. The Brown Act open meeting laws under which we are required to operate prohibit board members from discussing items that you may bring up that are not on our current agenda. The reason for this legal restriction is to make sure that anyone who has an interest in a particular district business matter knows through the board's posted agenda when we will be discussing it as a board, so that they can also be present and provide input on the item. We are very happy to have you here to let us know your concerns. Please know that while we cannot discuss items that are not on the agenda, we are listening to your voices, and we expect that and know that our staff will follow up with us on issues raised by members of our community. Relevant to the remainder of the board agenda, please understand that the board listens and considers public comment on the agendized items during our meeting. However, public comment is not intended to be a two-way dialogue between the public and board members and/or staff, and therefore trustees will not respond to individual comments. This is in accordance with our meeting procedures. We invite members of the public to provide input via public comment per our board bylaw 9323 regarding meeting agenda items. We welcome and appreciate the public's engagement and input. In sum, please know that your voice matters and makes a difference. Your public comment on agendized items might be referenced during our discussions and will be considered as we make decisions regarding agendized items. All right, I guess we have one.
First? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do in person first. We have a card from Joy Barnes. Please come up to the podium. And if you can make sure that the green light is on, that's how we know the microphone is on.
The green thing is on.
Perfect, thank you.
Lovely. Good evening to you all and good year to you all. Dr. Massetti, the board members. I'm usually here by myself in the audience, but I'm glad to see everybody here. And to all the representatives here and all you guys in the back. I'm here as a representative for AAUW, American Association of University Women. I represent over 200 members in Napa, and we have for years been coexisting with you all, helping in some ways that we can, and to know that we are here. We look, we listen, we vote. I'm here to read to you a letter that I'll give to Dr. Massetti, and it is in support of you. It's not to denigrate anybody. It is to say, hippie, hippie, hippie. You guys are doing a great job. Here's the letter before the time runs out. To the Napa Valley Unified School District Superintendent and Board of Trustees, the Napa County branch of the American Association of University Women congratulates the Napa Valley Unified School District and Superintendent Dr. Rosanna Massetti on their recognition by the California State Board Association as the Governance Team of the Year. I'm impressed. As a district, you continue to weather declining enrollment and its subsequent loss of revenue while still providing appropriate and rigorous education for a population with very diverse needs. The Golden Gavel recognizes that your decisions are made in the open, based on relevant data, while always placing student needs first. AAUW California has tasked its branches with following the actions of elected school boards throughout the state. We have been warned of highly emotional and contentious meetings that lead to decisions that threaten the freedom to teach and the freedom to learn. AAUW supports professional educators and recognizes their expertise and training in their mission to reach every child. What we have seen at your meetings is a conscientious effort to effectively give teachers the tools, support, and recognition they need to implement your goals as together you help every child learn. We agree with the CSBA that your governance deserves the recognition of the Golden Gavel. The Napa County branch of AAUW will continue to support public education and promote the freedom to learn. We are associates for every child. We are advocates, we are associates too. We're advocates for every child and are here to support you as you move forward. Again, congratulations. Wow.
Perfect timing. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your comment. Okay, we are now on to item J, presentations and discussion items, J1A. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments online?
We do. First speaker is Norma Ortiz. Go ahead, please.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Norma Ortiz, and I'm a parent at NVUSD. As stated, I submitted a written public comment for the record on January 14, 2026 regarding SDC program changes, wellness counselor services, and the connection between instructional access and student behavior. I want to be clear. I support inclusion when it is meaningful and appropriate, but placing students into settings they cannot access is not real inclusion. It's inaccessibility. When students cannot access instruction, it affects academics, it affects behaviors, and other. Students who are overwhelmed, confused, and unable to engage are more likely to shut down, escalate, or act out, not because they are defiant, but because the environment has become unreachable. That outcome is predictable and preventable when placements and supports are aligned with students' needs. I also want to emphasize that this is not the first time supported instruction has been reduced in NVUSD. During the 2024-2025 school year, another supported SDC science and social studies at the middle school level were eliminated. These changes were not clearly communicated to parents in a way that allowed all families to fully understand what was changing or how students would be supported. That lack of transparency created real impact. Students lost structured academic support. Families were left trying to understand a new model after the fact, which, by the way, is not working for all of our middle school students. And students are now arriving at high school needing even more foundational support. The board has mentioned that they have visited all school sites across the district. I respectfully urge that these visits include observing SDC and supported classrooms so informed decisions reflect what access looks like in the practice, not just placement on paper and what students are currently experiencing. Exclusion must translate into real access, not just placement on paper. Students' access and outcomes deserve to be seen directly before program decisions are finalized, because inclusion without access is inequity, and it is not a one-size-fits-all. That is why I'm asking the board for oversight and transparency now. Again, I respectfully ask that you pause implementation until the board receives a public explanation of instructional access and staffing impacts, and do not remove SDC history and science instructional access to students. Ensure IEP teams remain the decision makers on placement, LRE, less restrictive environment based on individual student needs, not on present model. Provide clarity and transparency on how access, supports, and instructional appropriateness will be ensured for students with limited literacy skills, including what specific supports will be in place and how success will be measured. Value and consult experienced special education staff and case managers in any program, redesign and include their input in a publicly presented plan. Avoid reducing or replacing wellness counselor services in a way that removes consistent daily supports for students. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Any more comments, Mr. Michaels?
There are no further public comments.
Great, thank you. And now we are on to item J1A, presentation discussion items, instructional services, and the topic is California School Board Association Golden Bell, honoring TK-12 dual language immersion pathway.
Good evening, buenas noches, School Board President Chu, members of the board, student board member Fish Leader, and Dr. Massetti. Tonight, I am thrilled and honored to present on behalf of NVUSD Dual Immersion Pathway, which was recently awarded with the California School Board Golden Bell. It's right over here on this side. The Golden Bell honors innovative, exemplary, and sustainable programs while celebrating the essential role of school boards and the effective governance that comes with it. It also recognizes the vital partnerships between strong leadership and dedicated teachers, acknowledging that one cannot succeed without the other. This year, NVUSD Dual Immersion Pathway received this recognition, with Unidos Middle School highlighted as a recent addition, which strengthened and built upon the already successful and growing DLI pathway. Next slide, please. Tonight, I will be sharing an overview of NVUSD Dual Immersion Pathway, including a brief history of the dual language pathway in our district, the 3 core goals of our program, the evidence of our high academic achievement, and I will highlight voices in the DLI community. Next slide, please. Before I begin, I want to take a moment to recognize and celebrate the incredible team that makes our dual immersion pathway possible. Joining us tonight, we have our DLI principals and assistant principals. I'd like to have them stand up and give them a round of applause. We also have our dedicated teachers and staff. Please rise. And of course, our families who support, our students included, who support and partner with us to ensure that our students thrive. So please stand. And I want to thank them all for being here to share this remarkable achievement with all of us. Next slide, please. I begin by recognizing the vision and leadership that brought dual immersion to NVUSD. When Phil Moreno was a principal at Westwood, now NVLA, he saw a need to bring an innovation program to the district to provide an opportunity to honor students' languages and cultures, something he wished he had when he was growing up. And inspired by the work that other dual immersion districts were doing in neighboring districts, he decided to bring that to Westwood at the time. Because of Phil's vision and his commitment to creating opportunities he did not have as a student, the Westwood community experienced meaningful change, and the neighborhood significantly changed also. Working alongside Deb Wallace and other dedicated educators and the school board at the time, they launched a program rooted in purpose and equity, one that continues to grow and shape lasting opportunities for our students. Next slide, please. The dual immersion pathway in NVUSD began in May of 1994, when the Board of Education approved the program at Westwood, the one I was just talking about, in kinder and first grade. In 1998, when Proposition 227 threatened bilingual education across California, many bilingual programs faced uncertainty. But instead of backing down, the Westwood community seized the opportunity to innovate. By becoming a charter school and changing its name to Napa Valley Language Academy, or NVLA, they ensured that dual immersion would not only survive, but thrive in those difficult times. From there, the program continued to grow. In 2001, it expanded to Silverado Middle School. And shortly after, when Harvest Middle School opened its doors, the dual immersion pathway moved to Harvest in 2003. And by 2012, the pathway had reached Napa High School, completing the full kinder to 12th grade pathway. And in 2013, Pueblo Vista Elementary opened its TLI program, providing a second option at the elementary level to meet the growing demands from families who were eager to give their children the same opportunity. And a fun fact about Pueblo Vista is that their first cohort are currently seniors at Napa High, and we're gonna hear from one of them tonight. And most recently, with the shifts in enrollment and a redesign from our middle schools, the doors for Unidos opened up in 2022, further strengthening the dual immersion pathway for our students. Next slide, please. The dual immersion pathway is built on 3 guiding goals. The first is bilingualism and biliteracy. Students gain fluency in both English and Spanish, a skill that will serve them for life. Second, a high academic achievement. Our students excel in all subjects while learning 2 languages. And third, cultural competence. We honor our students' languages and traditions while preparing them to thrive in a diverse, interconnected world. I like to call it allowing students to show up to spaces so they can be, and then allowing others to do the same without having any need to leave a part of them at home on a shelf. Together, these 3 goals create a program where students don't just learn, they grow academically, and they also become leaders in our community. Next slide, please. Dual immersion is intentionally designed to center the linguistic and academic needs of our multi-language learners, ensuring access to grade level content while developing strong bilingualism and biliteracy. At the same time, those instructional practices that support our multi-language learners, such as language-rich instruction, academic discourse, and scaffolding, are all strong instructional practices, not just for MLLs, our multi-language learners, but for all students. In the next few slides, you'll take a closer look at how this approach is reflected in our own data, specifically for CASP and also the seal of biliteracy. Next slide, please. So here you see our CASP scores for English at the elementary level. You can see the darker blue represents our dual immersion students, and the lighter blue represents all of our students. And you can see that over the course of the years, consistently our dual immersion students outperform all of our students. Next slide, please. It's the same for middle school. Next slide, please. And also for high school. The next set of slides speak for math. Next slide, please. So we have CASP at the elementary level. Again, you see our dual immersion students outperforming all of our students since 2022 and probably before then. Next slide, please. Same pattern for middle school. And that continues on to high school. Next slide, please. The seal of biliteracy. I just wanted to take a moment and talk a little bit about this because our dual immersion students have such a great opportunity. We onboard them onto the seal of biliteracy starting in kindergarten. What we see here is that our dual immersion students are earning the seal of biliteracy at higher rates, which reflects the strength of the instructional model. Dual immersion provides consistent, intentional language development across multiple years, allowing students to build proficiency in both languages every step of the way. Next slide, please. All right, the fun part. I'm excited about this part. Next, you're going to hear from the voices of our dual immersion community, our students, our teachers, and families who live and breathe this work every day. What makes our dual immersion pathway so powerful is that our DLI students belong to all of us. As they move through the pathway, we share responsibility for their growth. We speak with one voice and remain anchored in the 3 common goals, which I shared earlier. Together, we nurture their academic success, their bilingualism, and cultural understanding, guiding them forward every step of the way in one connected community. So we're going to move into our speakers, and we're going to start with one of our students, Eliana Solorio. She is currently at Unidos, but she attended NVLA. So we're going to hear about her experience.
Good evening. My name is Eliana Solorio, and I'm an 8th grade student at Unidos Middle School in the Dual Language Immersion Program. I've been part of DLI since kindergarten, and it has truly shaped who I am as a student and as a person. Being in DLI has helped me become bilingual and biliterate, and it has also given me confidence and pride in my culture. DLI has taught me how to work hard and keep going when things are challenging. Learning in 2 languages isn't always easy, but it has helped me build perseverance and learn to express myself in Spanish, communicate with more people, and understand different perspectives. También quiero decir lo orgullosa que me siento de ser parte de este programa. Para mí, el DLI no solo es aprender 2 idiomas, es aprender a comunicarme con mi familia y mi comunidad. Ser bilingüe me ha dado más confianza y me ha ayudado a sentirme conectada a mis raíces. As I get closer to high school, I'm very grateful for the strong foundation DLI has given me. I feel prepared for the future because knowing 2 languages opens doors. Thank you for continuing to support dual language immersion in NVUSD, and thank you for letting me share my experience tonight.
Next up, I'd like to call Jack Moore, who is a senior at Napa High. He was part of that first cohort at Pueblo Vista, and then he attended Harvest, and like I said, he's now at Napa High.
Good evening, board. My name is Jack Moore, and for 13 years now, I've had the pleasure of being in the dual immersion program, where I've had the opportunity to meet very amazing people, and I have become friends with so many people alongside me. But that is not the best part, even though I love making friends and everything like that. The best part is the fact that I am raised alongside a culture, and it opens up my eyes to the world around me, not just in the Spanish community, but in every community around the globe. And that is what I think sets apart the dual immersion path from people who just learn one language, is our cultural awareness of what goes on around us. And it doesn't just have to be that Spanish-speaking community. I have friends who only know one language, and they say things that they might not know is offensive to other cultures. And I think what the dual immersion path does perfectly is shows that there are other ways about going life. And that is the great part about this program. In my future, I plan on going to Costa Rica because my accent is a little weird right now. And I'd like to figure it out in the most neutral part of the Spanish-speaking community. And then I also plan on going to Spain, where I plan to hike the Camino and interact with everyone there. And then also, going into college, I plan on minoring in Spanish so that it opens up my opportunities to take my engineering to places all around the globe. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Okay, up next, we have Maestro Calderon, who is a teacher at Unidos. He was one of the founding teachers there, started his career at Harvest, and is now there at Unidos as a dual immersion teacher.
Good evening, members of the board, administrators, and community members. My name is Miguel Calderon, and I'm an immersion social studies teacher at Unidos Middle School. I'd like to take a few minutes to highlight the exceptional work happening at Unidos as a dual language immersion program. I want to start by talking about the transition from Harvest Middle School to Unidos Middle School, which required an initial adjustment. Harvest and Unidos are rooted in different parts of Napa and reflect this distinct community context. While Unidos continues to serve many of the students from that same community, the move across town required intentional relationship building and trust. That transition was not automatic, but it was made successful because of the community we intentionally built here at Unidos. A committed teacher team, including myself, chose to be at Unidos and fully support the DLI program. That shared commitment has created a strong sense of belonging for students and families and has allowed the program to thrive. Unidos Middle School is also unique because it is designed not as a silo, but as a connector. Slowly and intentionally, we have been working with Napa High School to better prepare our students for the transition to high school. We see ourselves as a bridge in the DLI pathway from MVLA and Pueblo Vista through Unidos and to Napa High. We build on students' elementary biliteracy foundations while preparing them for increased academic rigor, language demands, and independence. Through collaboration, particularly through the Spanish language arts teachers, we align expectations and focus on academic language development, instructional practices, and long-term biliteracy outcomes. This ensures students experience a continuous and equitable pathway rather than a fragmented middle school transition. When students arrive at Unidos, we see learners with strong oral language foundations and growing command of academic Spanish. Some students enter with a natural command of the language and are ready to deepen their skills by expanding vocabulary, refining grammar, and engaging with Spanish in a more formal and academic way. Others arrive with emerging proficiency and benefit from continued development of foundational skills while being supported in accessing academic Spanish across content areas. Across the board, students are not only becoming bilingual and biliterate, they are becoming bicultural. They bring cultural knowledge, pride, and perspective that enrich our classrooms. Our elementary partners have already given students permission to be proud of who they are and show up as their authentic selves, and Unidos builds on that foundation. I'm proud to be a part of an awesome community of teachers, students, office staff, administrators, and families. Unidos Middle School is still considered a new school. We've only been open for 4 years, but in those short 4 years, Unidos has built a reputation. Unidos Middle School represents what is possible when a DLI program is built with intention, commitment, and clear vision for the entire pathway. Our students leave Unidos prepared, confident, and proud of their language, culture, and identity. This is not accidental. It is a result of strong teaching, thoughtful collaboration, and a belief that bilingualism and biculturalism are assets. Unidos Middle School is not just serving students well, it is strengthening the entire DLI pathway in Napa. Thank you, guys.
All right, one more teacher, Rosalinda Hurtado. She is at Napa High, dual immersion teacher also. It's exciting for her because she gets to see all the great work that has been taking place. And so we'd like to hear about her experience once they reach Napa High.
Buenas noches a todos. Good evening, everyone. Our immersion students in high school tend to show very strong academic outcomes. They generally develop confidence, additive to the bilingual, bicultural identities, rather than feeling like one language is bigger or better than the other. Our DLI students typically reach higher levels of proficiency when it comes to speaking, reading, and writing in both languages. Our students' identities as bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural individuals is visible as they come with more confidence and they're more involved in our community. Our students also describe that they're grateful for having that cultural proficiency. They show a lot of empathy, a lot of comfort in navigating both cultures, and as they see bilingualism as an asset for the future. One of the things that our DLI strengths is their pride also in their home language. That idea of finding their narrative in their own language. We see that a lot, specifically now with our ethnic studies program and the development of ethnic studies for our immersion kids. You see a lot of these kids that actually come to class and they're excited to learn because they're learning about themselves, which is something that are usually not seen in our textbooks. Once they graduate high school, they frequently connect with their DLI experience with the feeling of being prepared for the world, a global view, a global seeing of bilingualism that is not just a school skill. I would also like to share with everyone that we are currently at Napa High working on a business pathway in collaboration with Napa Valley College. And as I speak, I am working on creating the curriculum to teach these business classes in Spanish so that our students are able to have access beginning junior year. But ideally, this will compensate and create more options for our juniors and seniors once they've completed most of the pathway when it comes to Spanish speaking. So thank you for your time. And bonita noche.
All right, we're also going to hear from a couple of parents. I think it's important to recognize that we are providing this beautiful opportunity for our families. A lot of districts have dual immersion elementaries, and that's where it ends. A few of them continue on to middle school, and much few continue on to high school. So I want to elevate that voice just to hear from them. What is it like? What is your experience having access to a TK-12 dual immersion pathway? So I'd like to call Cristina Vasquez. She has been a mom at Pueblo Vista Unidos and is currently at Napa High.
Hi, good evening. My name is Cristina Vasquez. I am a proud parent at Pueblo Vista Elementary School. Sorry. I have a little dryness in my I first want to offer my sincere gratitude to the California School Board Association in granting Napa Valley Unified School District the Golden Bell Award, and for the school board for allowing us this opportunity to come and talk to you about what it means to us to have a strong dual language immersion program. I started with the program back in 2015 with my oldest. At the time, the program was only about 3 years old, so by default, we grew alongside the program as well. We started out at Pueblo Vista. We then became one of the first DLI classes at Unidos Middle School, to now being my oldest, my sophomore, being at Napa High, and continuing his education in the ISA program in the hopes of earning his seal of biliteracy from the Spanish Embassy. And currently starting again with my youngest, who is a second grader at Pueblo Vista, following his older brother's footsteps. From the beginning, when it became to raising our kids, both my husband and I knew wholeheartedly we wanted our children to learn Spanish from a young age. We both understood the importance of not only being able to communicate with our extended family, but also advancing academically. So we took full advantage of open enrollment, and luckily we were accepted at Pueblo Vista. Not only am I a parent at Pueblo Vista, but I'm also a proud Napa native. Born and raised here in beautiful Napa Valley, a firstborn daughter from a farm worker who dedicated his entire life to growing our beautiful world-renowned Napa Valley grapes. And so it became my calling to instill values both my parents taught me to pass on to my children.
of what hard work and dedication meant, and a deep sense of pride to our Mexican heritage. Getting to see both my children sit at the dinner table, surrounded by their abuelitos, tíos, tías, primos, sharing life stories, brings me so much joy and sense of pride, knowing they will have these core memories for the rest of their lives, in hopes they will continue to teach these to their own one day. Here in California specifically, we get the unique opportunity of meeting people from all over the world. Not only do we get to know the people, but we also get to know their culture. And with that brings food, music, in some cases, learning the language. Learning a new language opens the door to an abundance of opportunities. We get to learn from one another, and most importantly, understand one another. Now, more than ever, we must advocate for this. We're in a new era where communication is the foundation of how we navigate in our society. Technology has been a key factor in that, and how we enhance and we communicate with each other. We need to acknowledge the importance of how that will impact our future generations. Why would we even consider limiting our children to only one door? Why not all the doors possible, providing countless possibilities? As a mother of two, it is my duty to provide, the best. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. Woo! All right, I can do this. As a mother of two, it is my duty to provide the best that I can and in hopes of making them, sorry, I cussed. Oh my God. And in hopes of them taking full advantage of those opportunities and for them to grow up to be the best versions of themselves. Thank you.
All right, we do want to hear from one more parent, Monica Delgado, who has been a mom at NVLA, Harvest, Unidos, and Napa High.
Good evening, everyone. So as Alejandra said, yes, I am a proud parent of 3 amazingly beautiful daughters. 2 of my daughters have already successfully completed the DLI program since preschool through 12th grade and earned their seal of biliteracy. And 1 is currently here, Itzel. She's an 11th grader at Napa High. My oldest daughter, Gemma, she's currently attending UC San Diego, pursuing an engineering major. And I asked her, like, Gemma, what do you want me to say, about your experience at all the schools in the DLI program? And she really talked about how she felt like there was a space for her to be herself, be proud of her identity, and be heard, be seen, be validated, having a voice in the classroom, where in non-DLI classrooms, she typically didn't have that experience. She was like undermined or overlooked, or it was like a shock to hear her speak because she's always excelled academically. So she says, like, now as a undergrad student in UCSD, she's a mentor for incoming freshmen first year that are engineering students from the Latino community at UC San Diego. Our second daughter, Alina, she also completed the program, and she's well known here. We've been fortunate to have a lot of these teachers and principals, and created that family here at NVUSD. She's currently attending UC Berkeley, and at all her years here since elementary school, she was an advocate. She always made her voice heard, herself seen as a Chicana, and she feels like that's very valuable at such a large university where she feels like at times she can get lost, even though she's like, I'm secure, but I'm still intimidated. It's big school, big campus, we're all like amazing students here. So I want to continue to do well. And she still is very involved on campus promoting higher education to high school students as a mentor, helping them do their UC application and all of that sort of thing. So she continues to be an advocate. She wants to pursue a degree in interdisciplinary studies and Chicano studies and continue to promote, attaining a post-secondary education in school. And Itzel, she's currently in 11th grade at Napa High School. She took over the ISA Club as the president to promote inclusivity at school. She's been a multi-sport varsity athlete since 9th grade, excelling academically, and learned how to advocate for herself to get the support from teachers, from counselors, finding her voice so that she can also continue to excel academically and also foster that same type of academic excellence amongst her peers and younger students and athletes, because she loves sports. And she wants to create that environment and support students to do well, not just in school, but in sports. And my whole family is part of the DLI system. My sister Maria has worked at NVLA since it started. My sister Martha, she's also here. She's very actively involved. Everyone always thinks she works at the schools her son goes to. Emilio, he's also here. I have another younger sister, Jessica, who's actively involved. And so our whole family is committed and devoted to this program, and we appreciate everything it's had to offer for our family. And DLI has created an educational system that has proven to be effective in creating biliterate and bilingual students, and fostered a space where students feel like they can be themselves. They can take pride in their identity, their culture, their heritage, all the events that different schools at all the levels hold to promote family engagement, family involvement, whatever that family looks like, right? Because it's different for everyone. And just to be a part of that community, be seen, and of all the diverse backgrounds, and where we feel valued, respected, like our voice matters. So when I heard of this award, I was very proud of everything that's been accomplished by everyone here and has had a part in this program, because as we all know, it takes a village, a family, a community to raise the youth in our community. And I am grateful to everyone that's made this an opportunity and a possibility for all of us, and for all the people that paved this path for us to have these opportunities. And we are all committed to continue opening those doors for everyone to be able to walk through them and create their own paths along the way. So thank you once again.
So inspiring, but I hope you got to see the 3 different goals, DLI goals, just working together, right? I do have one more slide. Thank you. So as we close, this Golden Bell recognition is a powerful affirmation of strong board governance and thoughtful strategic direction. It reflects the alignment between your vision, the policies you set, and the outcomes we see across our schools. This award also recognizes the courage it takes to prioritize what matters most, especially when decisions are difficult. By doing so, you create the conditions for our leaders, our teachers and staff, the boots on the ground, to do extraordinary work for students and families every day. Together, this partnership strengthens community trust and leaves a lasting legacy of excellence and accountability for our district. And in the end, our students are the ones that are the winners, right? They benefit from our collaboration, our commitment, and our partnership. I want to extend my congratulations to the school board and the dual immersion community, with a special shout out to Unidos for earning this distinguished statewide recognition. Congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations.
Okay, before we proceed, I'm going to ask for public comments. Any public comments online, Mr. Michaels?
There's no public comment on this item.
And no public comments in the boardroom? Nope. Okay, great.
Trustee questions or comments? Trustee Water?
Yeah, I have a brief comment. Congratulations. I remember when the president of the CSBA visited our district and visited your school, Pueblo Vista, and he was so impressed that, to our amazement, he did a shout out for what we did. We closed the school, which made us all very unhappy, closing Harvest. That wasn't easy. But he said, they opened up a dual language immersion middle school, and then the next year we got the Golden Bell. And so thank you so much for everything you did. And people didn't think it. We had a lot of naysayers, in the community. I mean, they were saying, oh, you won't find enough people who speak Spanish in this community. And I was going, where do you hang out in Napa? I mean, you need to get out more. And it was so funny. And I even got an email from the Spanish ambassador, very concerned that we were closing Harvest and what would happen to dual language. And I wrote back and said, no, it's going to be better than ever. We're going to have a whole middle school dedicated to it. And so he was very relieved. So yes, they were noticing what we were doing here. So I couldn't be more pleased. I'm thrilled with the success. This really makes me happy. And, I sense such a great spirit when I visit the schools. So thank you so much for everything you've done for us. And Mom, if you can't shed a few tears over your wishes for your child's success, well, there's nothing much left, okay? So go ahead and do it. Express yourself.
Thank you. Any other comments?
The best part of the Golden Bell ceremony is when at the end they actually ring all the bells. That's a real bell right there. So,
We will be ringing the bell.
Okay, good.
Trustee Reiser?
Just very briefly, I want to thank everyone who participated in this presentation. It was such a beautiful, encompassing picture of the program. We're so grateful for every parent, every student, every teacher, every classroom aide, every staff member on the campuses that continue to support and grow, as Trustee Waters said, the amazing spirit of community that is at all of our DLI sites. Thank you for acknowledging that there were difficult decisions that had to be made in order for us to arrive at such a beautiful TK-12 pathway with all that we've heard it offers to our students and families. So I just wanted to thank everyone who's here in the boardroom tonight participating and celebrating this amazing award. We're so proud of you and we're so grateful. Thank you so much.
And Trustee Gonzalez-Morris?
Yes, thank you, President Chu. I think since the moment we heard when the students chose the new name for the middle school, Unidos, I just was like, that's it. We're going to be just fine. Because once you put that love and that care and that vision and el corazón, con la pasión, all of that, then it's going to flourish. And yes, we definitely went through some very difficult times together to get to where we are now. But it has indeed shown the beauty that comes from listening to the community, from the vision, from the effort, the tears, and now we get to witness the continuation of the great work that is happening. And so, to this day, my imagination goes into what would I be like if I was in that classroom, right? And so now it's on the future of our students to do that, and that's really exciting. And one day I can't wait for hopefully my own kiddo to be in that path. It's so exciting to just witness that. It just continues to make me smile, and just so proud of all of us and all of you. But that big decision that was made at the dais, it was a big decision, but it could not have been done without everybody and your love and care for your students and the community. So muchas gracias.
Any other comments from trustees? You want to go first? Yeah, well, so speaking from somebody who is bilingual, I really appreciate the fact that, my outlook growing up was the biculturalism of my experience. And I am so grateful that our school district has committed to that for our community. And I see from all of the comments and presentations that that is the case for our students. And thank you, students, for staying late with us and sharing your visions of what you're going to be, and also what your experience and how that led to your visions. And of course, for the parents who are so supportive. I know what it's like to be a very supportive parent at a school. That's actually how I landed here. So maybe one of you one day will be here also. I can only hope. We would love to have a DLI parent on the board. And it's just amazing what the staff has done to make this community and these schools so wonderful for our children. So congratulations to everybody for this wonderful award. And now I'm going to pass it on to Dr. Massetti.
Yeah, and we do have one DLI parent on the board, Trustee Villegas Hart.
Yes, that's right.
Second one on the
We
board.
will have a
She
second
couldn't
one.
make it here
Yes,
tonight. So I'm going to close tonight. I want to thank the board. I do have a long prepared superintendent speech because I just think this is such an important moment for the program. So please be patient. I know it's late for our little ones, but I'll wrap us up and then we'll take a great photograph of everyone who's here. But I do personally want to congratulate the Spanish dual immersion students, our administrators, our teachers, our support staff, and our families. You really are a DLI familia, and you get that strong sense across the 4 schools. And felicidades in receiving the California School Boards Association Golden Bell. This recognition, as it's been stated, is deeply deserved here in NVUSD, given that long history that Dr. Uribe walked us through. All those years of forming this program are being recognized here tonight, and we're recognized in Sacramento by the California School Boards Association. It reflects the extraordinary commitment, expertise, and heart that DLI educators and students, staff, and families bring to this work of immersion education every day. It really is double the work in many, many ways, right? Because students are pursuing academic achievement while also developing language. The Golden Bell Award honors innovation and impact, and it's really clear in the data that was shared that our dual immersion programs at NVLA, Puebla Vista, Unidos, and Napa High are manifesting that impact. Your work affirms something that's really, really critical in today's world, that bilingualism, biliteracy, and multiculturalism are not add-ons to education. They should not be. But instead, they are strengths that enrich our entire learning community, especially during these extraordinary times. Through your dedication, DLI students here in the Napa Valley Unified School District are developing strong academic skills while also building that cultural competence, confidence, connections across culture, and a very, very deep sense of belonging, which we heard from our students and parents. You're opening doors not only to language, but to identity, to extraordinary opportunity, and to future pathways. And I want to say that this program ensures our students are future ready and truly embodies every element of the NVUSD graduate portrait. Ready for adulthood in the real world? I think they're ready. I think our 2 students that spoke are super ready for sure. They're career-ready scholars, adaptive learning, they're confident and affirming self-champions, compassionate and relational humanitarians, equity-centered local and global ambassadors, innovative and collaborative solution seekers. This award also recognizes the collective effort behind the program's success. To our dual immersion educators that are here tonight and those that couldn't make it, that'll be in classrooms early tomorrow morning, you are leaders, you are educational innovators and advocates for students in very, very unique and special ways. You model what is possible when we center students' identity, strengths, we honor their families, their cultures, and languages, and we also, while we're doing all that, hold high expectations for their academic success. To our Board of Education, this was recognized at the California School Boards Association because they are seeking examples where boards are supporting programs of innovation and impact. Those of you who served on the board during the middle school redesign process were asked to make extraordinarily difficult decisions that required balancing community hardship with long-term sustainability of this program, but the entire district at large. Through data-driven decision-making and a steadfast commitment to the future of NVUSD, you took actions that positioned our district for the fiscal stability that we are benefiting from today, even as many districts around us continue to struggle. And amidst all that, you made a clear and courageous choice to prioritize our TK-12 Spanish dual immersion pathway, recognizing it as the highest demand program in our community and a critical investment as a school district in equity, access, and student opportunity. As part of the redesign, you supported the School Closure and Consolidation Committee's recommendation to create Unidos Middle School, a very, very unique middle school here in California and even nationally. It's a visionary educational offering designed as a Spanish language academy with intentional cultural arts integration at its core. In just 3.5 years, as Maestro said, of operation and its 4th year of existence, Unidos Middle School has achieved statewide recognition, affirming both the strength of the program and the wisdom of the board's leadership. This recognition is a testament to the board's willingness to lead with courage, to trust the data, and to center students and family in their decisions. So thank you. Thank you for your foresight, your resolve, and your commitment to creating high-quality programs that reflect the values and aspirations of the NVUSD community. On behalf of the entire NVUSD community, I want to thank you, all of the educators, the families, the students, and our trustees for your vision, your perseverance, and your excellence. Congratulations on this well-earned Golden Bell Award. We are so proud to house it here at the Ed Center. And as a former bilingual classroom teacher myself, I want you to know that I am incredibly proud of all of you. And I have a lot of superintendents who are very jealous of this program. So thank you for being here tonight. So we're going to invite anybody who's here as either a parent, a student, an administrator, a teacher, to come on up for a photograph. And then Miss Vasquez, ¿cómo se llama su hijo? Isaac, you have a special job to do. Are you ready? Okay, because you're a 2nd grader, and I know you can do it, right? Okay, let me show you. You're gonna ring the bell. Okay. Yes. All right, so come on up. You guys got to get a little bit tighter. Okay, you ready, Isaac? Okay, you're going to grab that bell and you're going to ring it.
Here and smile.
Thanks for coming. Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
We're going to give the audience a few minutes to leave if they'd like.
Not a lot of gavels, bells.
Gracias. How's Alina doing? I feel bien great. Que le mande un gran abrazo.
Sí, yo le digo.
Yeah, she's doing all right.
Oh, she's fine.
Oh, it was. Thank you. Gracias, okay? Cuídate. All right, take care. Adios. Buenas noches.
All right, we're going to move on to the next agenda item. H, reports. H1, Board of Education and Student Board Representative reports. Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Thank you. That was amazing. I don't know. I wanted to make a comment, but I didn't feel like I could. I just got to see you guys like reap the benefits of it. I hope everybody had a great restful break. I know I did. My report's gonna be pretty short as I'm kind of just transitioning back into the semester. So jumping back all the way to mid-December, December 16th, I participated in Mike Thompson's Leadership Council. It was with all of the teenagers across Northern California, and the topics were gun violence, healthcare, and just resources for students. And it's really interesting to see kind of what I do here and then go to other communities across Northern California and see what they're doing and to see what what's happening. And so we got to hear from doctors from UC Davis and other leaders across the valley, and it was really interesting to hear what they had to say. The next meeting is this weekend, and I unfortunately can't go, but I'm excited to see what they do. On June 13th, I participated in the Mentis Teen Leadership Council, and the main thing to report is a mindfulness Valentine's Day event, because not everybody can have a Valentine, and it's unfortunate sometimes, like me. It's just to be mindful with yourself, especially with what's going on in the world, and every stressful event that happens through everybody's day. It's just something that you take a moment and sit back and say, hey, I love what I'm doing, I love myself. January 19th, Mentis hosted their annual Martin Luther King booth at Justin Siena, and this year's theme was succulent decorating, so different succulents, different pots of putting hearts and anything that was interesting on there. And then January 21st, so yesterday, I was here at the district at the Student Advisory Council meeting, and I was dreading going, to be honest with you, but it was one of the most insightful meetings I've been to. The new AI policy, which will be, I don't know when it will be, but it was very interesting to hear about. Thank you. It was very, very interesting to hear about, especially as it's kind of this nuanced topic and nobody really wants to bring it up, but it's kind of all looming under us as students. It was interesting to see what the districts come up with, and it was very, very insightful. And then the other thing is just kind of working on how we as students can improve our campuses. So my group worked on how we can have a better teacher and classroom relationship. And so what we're working on is a reminder system for all of the advanced classes and all of the classes on our campuses, so students can know what they need to do for their assignments and be ready to do that at home. And that concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Reiser?
Thank you so much. Since we have returned and begun the new year, along with ongoing continued constituent engagement, on January 7th, I attended our DLAC, the District English Language Advisory Council meeting. It was very informative, and always grateful for that structure of support and parent leadership and input that we have have such a strong structure here. And then last night I attended an event that I'm sure Dr. Massetti and Trustee Water here, who were more involved in players in the event, but I did attend an event that was here at the Napa High Little Theater, sponsored by the League of Women Voters. I'm blanking right now on the actual title of the event, but it was around how to best support our immigrant community here in Napa. So along with the school district, we had representatives from Puertas Abiertas, On the Move, and we had someone from the Immigrant Legal Network, who is also an NVUSD graduate and parent, and then another NVUSD graduate who spoke about his experience as a DACA recipient. So it was just incredibly inspiring to hear the ways in which we partner together and collaborate to find ways to support our friends, neighbors, colleagues, students, and their families here in our community of Napa. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Water?
Thank you. Like all of you, lots of community engagement. People in this county are not shy about expressing their opinions to you. On December 12th, exciting day, a pinnacle in my career, the D-wing destruction, and I think I gave the greatest speech of my career that day. And I actually felt, and I got a really cool gold sledgehammer to keep. And and I know this is corny, but I went inside the room and I actually had these little tears in the back of my eyes, and it wasn't from mildew. It was like I was thinking of all the times I'd write an inspiring quotation from Mark Twain or Jane Austen. Strangely, the kids loved Ralph Waldo Emerson, and put the quotation up and then write what we were going to do on the board. And the kids would always come in and say, "What are we doing today?" And it's up there on the board, but they wanted to hear me say it. And we had a lot of fun in that dingy classroom. I was just standing there, thinking of, all the, nutty kids who'd come in and come out. And, it was a fun room. It was, I always enjoyed going to work for some strange reason. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And then I went by on January 5th to make sure it was really dead. And they had these giant dinosaur-like machines with jaws that were removing all the recyclables. I think the company is Firma. It was quite thrilling. On January 8th, I met up with a couple of former board members. I did not violate Brown Act. They're still active in the community. We had a great talk. On the 14th, I attended the DLAC meeting and listened to Dr. Reddy talk, a lot of talk about reclassifying students, making sure they've learned their English. And I left just missives at Napa High School and Valley Oak High School. But yesterday I went to Valley Oak to take a poster or something, and I ended up watching a teacher get onboarded for new class, and then went to a teacher meeting, which included seeing how they use data to motivate students, shape their lesson plans, with the focus on reclassifying students, and an anecdote about how just a conversation with a student, "I know you can do better," will see all of a sudden they take the test and boom, their score goes up and they're reclassified. It's just, there's just this little, how do you motivate them? Because I really feel that a lot of our students just do not approach it with, the attitude that they can do it. And I think and so they really serious meeting, and, showing lesson plans and how they do this, but they were all, using data to help them figure out what the kids needed. It was interesting. I was glad I went. And then, yes, last night it was called Know Your Rights Community Meeting on Immigration Issues, panel discussion and featuring representatives from the community, some nonprofits, all of immigrant stock, all graduates of the Napa Valley Unified School District. And our moderator was Supervisor Belia Ramos, who went to public schools up Valley. And she was great. And I want to thank her for moderating. I'd like to thank County Superintendent Josh Schultz for showing up, and Amber Manfrey, County Supervisor, came, as did representatives from Congressman Mike Thompson's office and Assembly Majority Leader Cecilia Aguilera's office. And Board President Emerita Reiser was there, and several of our DLAC parents, and even my husband. And everybody learned a lot. And Dr. Massetti, your presentation was excellent. Got lots of positive feedback about it. I'm excited about going to American Canyon High School. One act plays on Saturday. I cannot go to the crab feed, but I bought a ticket and told them to just give it to somebody. And this is the Year of the Horse. It's coming up, and January 27th is Holocaust Memorial Day, and February is Black History Month, and I recommend James, which is a retelling. It won the Pulitzer Prize. It's a retelling of Huckleberry Finn from the point of view of Jim, the runaway enslaved man. It's excellent, by Percival Everett. And among many books I read, there was this book, More Than Words, by John Warner, How to Think About Writing in the Age of AI. And I would like to thank AAUW for coming by and saying nice things about us. I am a member of AAUW, and I had absolutely nothing to do with that woman. You know, you completely surprised me. Thank you. And that is my report.
Thank you. Trustee Martin?
Yes, on January 13th, I attended the NCOE board meeting in person. I recently received an email from American Canyon High School Drama Department about 2 events they're having. One is the Winter One-Act Plays, which I haven't decided if I'm going to tomorrow night or Saturday at 2 o'clock. Go Saturday? You want to go with me? Okay, yeah. I'll see you Saturday. Okay. I've got an opera in the morning, though, so. And then they're also doing Matilda by Roald Dahl, which is going to be hilarious. That's in February, and I bought my tickets already because Hadestown sold out. I'll be attending that February 28th, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Trustee Jankowicz? I think she's online.
Thank you. I apologize again for not being able to be present or on camera. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you had a restful and rejuvenating winter break. I also attended the NCOE board meeting via Zoom. Dr. Massetti and I met with a neighboring district to discuss current financial challenges impacting districts in our region. I met with members of the VHS Booster Organization. I met with Vichy parents. I attended the CSBA Governor's Budget Workshop webinar. I attended and reviewed the CSBA Bylaw Committee meeting follow-up and participated on a call with the board chair. And I've done a great deal of work in advance of my upcoming CSBA conference, the focus being importance of bylaws, oversight and accountability, and governance standards. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gonzalez-Morris?
Yes, good evening. So good evening, my fellow trustees, student board members, student board member, Dr. Massetti, staff and community members. It's good to see everyone tonight after the holidays. If you're feeling like me, I'm still trying to process how from December to January could actually feel like a year has gone by. Much is happening and changing in the world, our country, our state, and those ripple effects are being felt here at home. I speak of our community as a whole and of course our district. However, I am confident we will endure through these changing times. That confidence comes from having a strategic plan. It is crucial even during these difficult times to have a clear guiding star with our strategies, goals, and actions that align with our values to help keep us moving forward and to ensure we continue providing the education our students need and deserve. I'd like to thank Dr. Massetti for keeping us informed through her weekly reports to the board between meetings. And today my report just includes my recent participation in the governor's budget workshop in Sacramento this past Tuesday. Although we did not hear great news, there were no shocking surprises. However, the situation remains challenging. California's worsening budget continues with additional deficits expected. The past state enacted budgets that suspended the minimum guarantee for Proposition 98. We should expect more of the same, but there's a higher risk for this next budget year. Also updates on one-time funding, especially on Proposition 28, our arts and music funding, special education and the expenditures around that. Enrollment trends, nothing has changed with districts expecting severe declines, ours included. And then it was interesting to also get an update on the 2026 tax initiatives that will be in the ballot this year, such as the California Billionaire Tax Act. So I look forward to working with the board as we begin the new year and remain focused on our guiding star, our strategic plan. Again, I hope everyone found time to rest, be with loved ones, and feel somewhat energized to face the remainder of the school year. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
As for me, since the last meeting, I attended the School Connected Organization Committee meeting on January 13th, where we worked alongside a lot of parents in our communities who are leaders of parent clubs, PTOs, PTAs, in refining how we would like to implement our board policies around school-connected organizations. On the 20th, I also attended the governor's budget workshop, and Trustee Gonzalez-Mars said it perfectly. It's not great news, and we just need to continue to be conservative in how we manage our budget, yet provide quality programming for our students. On the 21st, yesterday, I had my president's check-in with Dr. Musetti, and today I had a call with a California School Board Association consultant in supporting governance work in our school district, because there's always work to be done as we continually improve. And now we are on to item H2, Board Representative Reports, H2A, Special Education Community Advisory Committee.
We have not met.
Okay, item H2B, City of American Canyon Liaison Representatives. We also have not met. Item H2C, City of Napa Liaison Representatives.
We have not met.
Okay. And on to H3, Superintendent and Executive Staff Report.
Great, thank you, President Chu. Hello, good evening, NVUSD trustees, staff, and community. I hope also our entire NVUSD community had a restful, joyful, and rejuvenating winter break. I hope this time allowed students, staff, and families to reconnect, reflect, and return refreshed for the months ahead in the second half of the 25-26 school year. It's going by so fast. I was pleased to continue our Spaghetti with Dr. Musetti site visits at Canyon Oaks last week and New Technology High School earlier today. I only have one meal left, so had my 25th spaghetti lunch. These visits remain one of my favorite opportunities in my tenure here as superintendent to connect directly with staff, listen to their experiences, and learn about the great work happening on our campuses. I am grateful to both those school communities for their warm hospitality and thoughtful conversations last week and earlier today. On January 13th, as was mentioned by President Chu, Executive Director of Fiscal Services Jenna Burrow and myself facilitated our second work session with the School Connected Organization. We use the acronym SCO Ad Hoc Committee. As a reminder, this committee is composed of 13 parent leaders from across the district, extraordinary parent leadership. These parents lead our parent clubs and booster organizations across our schools. We are partnering with these parent leaders to finalize the district guidelines and develop a comprehensive school-connected organization resource bank to support parent volunteers in effectively leading their SCOs in alignment with best practices and all applicable legal requirements. I just want to comment and say that this group of parents is exceptionally hardworking, dedicated, and thoughtful. They contribute so much to our students and school communities. They've contributed a lot in just these 2 work sessions, and I'm deeply grateful for their willingness to collaborate across schools and alongside district leadership in service of continuous improvement in this area. On January 20th, I convened a very productive Superintendent's Teacher Advisory meeting. I see one of our representatives is here tonight, Janine Alexander, where we engaged from Browns Valley, where we engaged in meaningful dialogue around the proposed design for the Professional Learning Day. Teachers also provided valuable feedback on instructional improvements currently being led by Instructional Services Leadership Team in collaboration with site staff, particularly and specifically in areas of special education and responses to student behavior, which have been areas of concern for teachers across the district. In addition, our Chief Technology Officer, Jordan Michaels, and Technology Manager, Ashley Green, also did a great job of eliciting feedback on that draft artificial intelligence policy and guidelines that we plan to formally launch in 2026-2027 school year, similar activity that was done in the student advisory. We'll be doing it with management tomorrow and eliciting feedback from parents on Monday night with the superintendent parent advisory. I just want to say that this monthly advisory structure, our teacher advisory specifically, I'm referencing, is critical to our success. We really deeply value teacher voice and partnership, and their insights every month continue to inform district decisions, strengthen instructional practices, and ensure our work remains grounded in classroom realities to the greatest extent possible. On Tuesday, I also attended the School Services of California workshop on the governor's budget proposal, which provided important context as we begin to develop NVUSD's local budget and plan responsibly amid ongoing fiscal uncertainty for the 26-27 school year. These statewide insights that our team gathers are essential as we align our priorities with available resources while remaining focused on student outcomes and our strategic plan. Every time I participate right now in a setting or context about California school finance and the conditions of so many surrounding districts, where their fiscal realities get shared and discussed, I find myself incredibly grateful for the difficult work that the board, our team, our staff, our families, and all of our educational partners embraced several years ago to ensure that we could navigate the external fiscal uncertainty that is out there right now in today's world, especially here in California. I also had the opportunity, as was mentioned, thank you so much for the invitation, Trustee Water, to serve as a panelist for the League of Women Voters. I know some of them were here earlier. This community forum was focused on ensuring that immigrant communities in Napa Valley feel safe and supported. It was a really, really great community event. During the forum, I was able to speak about NVUSD's commitment to keeping immigrant students safe, welcomed, and supported. And I shared how our policies, practices, and partnerships are designed to uphold access, inclusion, and belonging for all of our students, despite status. I remain grateful for the dedication of our staff, the partnership of our teachers, our administrators, and the continued engagement of our community as we move forward together in service to all NVUSD students, specifically supporting our immigrant students in the community. Finally, as we strive to make NVUSD the premier place to learn and work, your feedback remains our most valuable resource. On Sunday, we officially launched our second annual benchmark survey, and we invite every member of our community to participate. The data that we collect, which is entirely anonymous, serves as a direct measure of how effectively our strategic vision is translating into real-world progress across the system. By sharing what's working and where you see opportunities for improvement, you help us sharpen our focus, prioritize key initiatives, and ensure our efforts make a meaningful difference in every school. We are so excited because in the first 3 days of the survey, we already have 750 students who have participated, and then we have 1,400 participants overall. So we've already received hundreds and hundreds of responses to the survey, so keep it coming. Please share your feedback through the email sent to you, or you can go as a community member. If you didn't receive an email, Joy, this is for you in the audience, just go to nvusd.org. All students, staff, families, and our greater community are invited to provide their feedback to the school district. We deeply value your partnership in supporting our students in our schools and our commitment to continuous improvement. With that, we're going to start with our staff reports. And first up, we'll have Assistant Superintendent Dana Page, who will share about the work happening in the Human Resources Division.
Good evening, President Chu, Board of Trustees, Student Board Representative Fish Leader, and Dr. Massetti. I would like to officially welcome students, teachers, and site staff back from break. It was a smooth reentry, and it's nice to have the second part of the school year underway. On January 12th, HR launched its third annual Well-Being at Work survey to help us better understand how healthy and supportive our work environment is. The results guide decisions on where we can improve. Our employees are at the heart of this effort, and we encourage every staff member to participate. By taking part, you help us continue building a healthy and supportive culture. Your responses are completely confidential, and no manager or leader will have access to individual answers. So far, we have 505 responses as of yesterday, equal to about 27% of our employees. The survey will close on March 6th, so please take a moment to share your thoughts. The HR department is busy preparing for our annual celebration of employee excellence, which will be held this upcoming Tuesday, January 27th in Evans Auditorium. We'll gather for light refreshments and photo opportunities in the hall starting at 5 o'clock, and the awards will begin right at 5:30. For anyone who cannot attend in person, we will live stream the event on NVUSD YouTube channel, but we hope you will join us in celebrating the many outstanding classified and certificated employees who work throughout our district. Sparkles are optional, but highly encouraged. Lastly, in collaboration with NVEA leadership, we have revised the annual interest-based problem-solving professional development for site representatives and administrators to incorporate principles of an outward mindset. We have also incorporated training on using a variety of tools to help frame discussions in the most effective and impactful ways while maintaining good working relationships. The training schedule is divided into 3 two-hour sessions and will be hosting one series in Napa and one in American Canyon. The first session kicks off next Wednesday, and we are very excited to see how this approach further strengthens our commitment to positive labor relations and interest-based problem solving throughout our system. Thank you, and this concludes my report.
Great, thank you, Ms. Page. And next, we'll hear from Dr. Monica Reddy, who oversees the Instructional Support Services Division.
Good evening, President Chu, Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Musetti, Student Board Member Fish Leader, and the NVUSD community. It was a pleasure to welcome students, staff, and families back last week after a 3-week winter break and to feel the energy return across our school campuses. Last week, the instructional teams dove right back into the work with our high-impact instructional team. Throughout the fall semester, HIT educators engaged in a deep study of the I-Do phase of the gradual release of responsibility with a strong emphasis on direct modeling. We are beginning to see encouraging early results, especially in mathematics. At the elementary level, students receiving math instruction from HIT teachers are outperforming their peers by 2.42% based on fall to winter STAR data. And at the secondary level, students in math classes taught by HIT teachers are outperforming all their students by just over 5%. These early indicators reinforce the impact of focused, consistent instructional practice. HIT participants returned from winter break and engaged in their 3rd checkpoint of the year, which revisited the overall model of gradual release, before moving into the We Do phase of guided practice. Participants explored how to move into guided practice using processing and probing questions and examined examples of tracking student engagement and the type of questions students respond to. We remain grateful for the continued support of our academic specialists and the 100+ teachers who are engaged in this discipline data-informed study of high-impact instruction. At last Thursday's principals meeting, elementary principals gathered at McPherson Elementary School to experience the school's K-2 reading program firsthand. McPherson's focused and systematic approach to foundational literacy is yielding measurable results. K-2 reading scores are improving across the school, and there has been a 17% winter over winter increase in 3rd grade students reading on or above grade level on the STAR reading assessment. At the same time, there has been a 9% reduction in 3rd grade students reading below grade level. These outcomes demonstrate the power of moving beyond professional learning into full intentional implementation of letters of best practices as designed. We are thankful for the leadership of Principal Melissa Phillips and literacy coach Katie Bell, as well as the teachers' openness, enthusiasm, and commitment to continuous improvement. Principals left inspired and with a clear model that can be adapted and replicated at their own school sites. Our MTSS pilot schools are now moving into full implementation. The 10 pilot sites began developing their implementation plans this week. They identified one focused goal for each tier of the MTSS framework. Many schools are centering their work on strengthening identification and use of interventions across all 3 tiers. It has been encouraging to see a shift in mindset around Tier 2 and Tier 3 supports, with schools feeling empowered to build on the instructional foundations established through HIT. We want to encourage and recognize our elementary interventionists for completing another round of mid-year reading screening for all K-2 students. The data from beginning of year to mid-year assessments will be the focus of collaborative data analysis with principals in February as we examine student reading growth across the fall months. This screening tool continues to strengthen the connection between data, instruction, and intervention, and we look forward to sharing more as this work progresses. I'll close this evening with celebrating our students. Yesterday, members of the district team participated with our NVUSD student advisory, students to engage in meaningful dialogue around key district policies and initiatives. This work reflects our commitment to empowering student voice and aligns with the NVUSD strategic plan's focus on centering student agency and decision-making. The NVUSD student advisory provided feedback on the district's cell phone policy while it was still in draft form last year, ensuring student perspectives informed the policy prior to adoption. Now that the policy has been implemented, the student services team returned to students to gather their insights on how the policy is functioning in practice and where refinements may be needed. In addition, the technology team engaged students with a game, Codes Against Academy, and gathered student input on the draft artificial intelligence policy. This advisory structure serves as an intentional mechanism for elevating student voice from design through implementation, strengthening both policy effectiveness and student trust. And that concludes my report.
And last, we have Assistant Superintendent Rob Manguala, who oversees business and operational services.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to update the board and the community. I'd like to start by saying Happy New Year and express how excited I am for the new year. The Business and Operations Division has a lot of great things planned for the remainder of the fiscal year, including planning and preparing for summer construction. Speaking of great things, I'd like to welcome Dustin Walker to the district as our new Food Services Director. He brings a plethora of experience, including work with the Chef Ann Foundation. On Tuesday, members of the NVUSD board, union leadership, and district leadership attended the school services presentation regarding the governor's budget proposal. The governor took a very novel approach to the budget, where he adopted a revenue assumption that exceeds the legislative analyst's office. However, he did not allocate required funding under Prop 98 to schools. This novel approach allows the deficit to be less than what the LAO projected, while also holding funds in case revenues come in lower. I do anticipate a big fight about this. This is, again, a very early budget proposal, which will very likely change substantially prior to summer. It's really just a holding budget. The business office will need to be very adaptive as we plan for the 26-27 budget. We'll have to make some pretty large assumptions as we go into budget adoption. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Manguala and President Chu. That concludes staff reports for the evening.
Okay, so we are now on to H4, Facilities and Bond Program Update.
I'm making it taller. All right. You can go to the next slide. Thank you. So right now, the facilities team is hard at work, both wrapping up construction that happened in summer of 2025, while furiously planning for 2026. We have a lot going on right now, but some of our key focuses for Measure B, A2, and other funded projects are campus modernizations for summer of 26. Those are the HVAC, roofing, and paint projects, as well as getting started on play structure replacements, getting started on the Silverado Middle School quad, which will be really exciting, and asphalt throughout different locations in the district, and wrapping up construction of the Ag Innovation Center near Vintage High. All right, some of the items that the board will be seeing tonight include some change order work at American Canyon Middle School and Canyon Oaks Elementary that allow us to finish up some of the projects they were doing over the summer, as well as Wright Contracting, who will be doing a credit change order for some of the work that they did during their campus mod work. So we're really grateful for that.
If I could just speak to that momentarily. So what happens during this time is, as we close out projects, we get the final numbers for the cost. And so essentially what we're saying is, for summer construction, we allocated the right amount of money, and we're going to actually see some credit. So you'll see a small credit at this meeting, and at the next meeting, you'll see a much larger credit. So what does that mean? It means that things were less expensive than we anticipated.
Yeah, we build some of those contingencies in because at the time we start construction, we don't know what's coming. So we want to make sure we're fully prepared. So we really appreciate our partners that spent our money wisely. All right, next slide. All right, in addition to that, we're starting on 2026. So one of the amendments tonight was the work for the demolition at the D wing. And then the other amendment you'll see for Ernst Builders is early procurement of HVAC equipment for the Redwood Middle School project this summer. And then over the next month or so, the board will see additional amendments for the purchase of equipment at other sites. So we're getting our ducks in a row for summer.
So one of the things that we're trying to do to make sure that we're on track for summer is anything that we can have a contractor buy ahead of time and store for us, we are doing that. So we're trying to get equipment as soon as possible, because we know that purchasing or procuring HVAC equipment does take some time. So by purchasing it early and put it aside, we just take more risk off the table.
All right, these are some small items too. Additional work for moving to finish up Donaldson Way relocation. Everyone settled in Donaldson Way in their new facilities, which is pretty exciting. Contractor is wrapping up work on the beginning or on the main project and then finishing up some other items. And then some additional testing services and also some inspection at both Silverado and Donaldson Way. These are small items, just finishing up that work. Next slide. Oh, there we go. Thanks. All right, on to the new items. We do have some new procurement, including some portables at Vichy. West Park Elementary is going to be getting some paving improvements. And then also Miller Pacific needs a little bit of support work for us, helping respond to DSA comments. Miller Pacific is a geotechnical engineer. So as we roll out a lot of the work that we've been doing, we need a little extra help there. And then we are submitting to DSA for Silverado Middle School courtyard. So that's exciting. Next slide. That's it.
Thank you. All right, we are now on to Agenda I, approval of consent agenda. Background information on these items is provided to the board prior to the meeting. A common motion takes action without discussion on roll call vote unless discussion of items is requested by a board member. May I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
A motion by Trustee Reiser, a second by Trustee Martin. Are there any public comments online, Mr. Michaels?
There are no public comments on this item.
Thank you. Ms. Morales, may I have a roll call vote?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. We're now on to item J1B, introduction of supplementary instructional material adoption recommendations for high school.
Good evening, Trustee Chu, Dr. Massetti, and members of the board. I am here to introduce to you this evening two reference manuals to be used at high school, a writer's reference and the MLA handbook for writers of research papers, two tried and true reference manuals that we are bringing into our leadership classes. So I'm proposing those for you this evening. We'll bring those back for approval at our next board meeting, and I'm happy to take any questions if you have them. No? Okay, thank you.
Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comment on this item?
There are no public comments on this item.
Okay, thank you. No action needed. So the next item is K, action items. K1, general services. K1A, January 2026 School Board Recognition Month Proclamation.
Yeah, so this is our second year doing this. The California School Boards Association has, what would be the verb there? Implemented or claimed, I guess, January is proclaimed. There we go. It is a proclamation. Thank you. Good, it's getting late. They have proclaimed that January is School Board Recognition Month. And so we just want to, CSBA sent out to districts the request that as many districts as possible in California, if we could adopt and take action on a proclamation around the important work that California School Board trustees do across the state in supporting all of our public school systems. And then I, of course, just want to take a moment to thank the school board for all of their hard work. Every month should be School Board Recognition Month because it's a lot of really, really hard work. So congratulations for all of the work that you do, especially coming off the recognition from the California School Boards Association with approximately almost 1,100 school districts in the state of California with their own respective school boards. It's pretty incredible that you were named the School Board of the Year and the recipients of the Golden Gavel Award, which I think aligns nicely with school board recognition. So thank you for the hard work that you do. So you do need to, it's an action item, and you do need to vote on the proclamation.
Thank you.
Move to proclaim.
I'll proclaim secondly.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may I have a roll call vote?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K1B, adoption of California School Board Association's recommended policy updates, September 2025. Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments?
There are no public comments on this item.
Any questions, comments from the board? Okay, may I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may we have a roll call vote?
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K2, business services. K2A, public address system replacement at Napa Junction Elementary with AMS.net. Any public comments? Mr. Michaels?
There are no public comments on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may I have a roll call?
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K2B, public address system replacement at remaining sites with AMS.net. Mr. Michaels, any public comments?
There are no public comments on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K2C, authorization request to initiate lease of RICO copiers. Mr. Michaels, any comments online?
There are no public comments on this item.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K2D, purchase and installation of security cameras at Donaldson Way Elementary with Advanced System Group LLC. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There are no public comments on this item.
Any from the board? No? May I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K2E, boardroom sound and voting system upgrade with Advanced System Group LLC. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There are no public comments on this item.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K2F, Annual Audit Report 2024-25. Mr. Michaels, any comments online?
There are no public comments on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by Trustee Reiser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K3, Facility Improvement. K3A, Agreement with Mobile Modular. Mr. Michaels, any comments online?
Before we take comments, this Assistant Superintendent Manguala has some presentation content related to this item, and then we do have some comments here in the boardroom.
Great.
Next slide, please. So as background, the district operates 3 TK8 schools, Browns Valley, Shear, and Vichy. Next slide, please. A facility space analysis was completed for each school site, and all schools had enough space for expansion to include middle school grade levels. Next slide. However, program changes have made it so classrooms had to be used for multiple purposes. For example, the after-school program caused the need for classrooms to be used during the day. 2 classrooms is ideal, one for the upper classroom and one for the lower classroom. Prop 28 funding has also allowed schools to spend funding to push into existing classrooms or use separate classroom spaces. Additionally, we have created spaces for intervention, counselors, social workers, and interventionists. So over time, we have had some pretty substantial impact caused by program changes to our spaces in our TK8 classrooms and all of our classrooms across the school district. Next slide, please. So a facilities space analysis was completed for Browns Valley. So while Browns Valley is currently operating with their existing space and no additional classes or programs will be added for the 26-27 school year, space is limited. Browns Valley staff expressed their concerns about space in a meeting with Executive Cabinet during the 24-25 school year. The district took this concern very seriously and immediately got to work. Planning to address space needs at Browns Valley took over a year and a half. We walked the site with Principal Osborne on multiple occasions. We held multiple meetings with construction management firm and an architect. We discussed this during our weekly construction and management meetings. We actually took contracts to the NVUSD Board of Education to explore and plan. And so we took an architectural contract, and we also took a contract for site discovery. Ultimately, the space recommendation for Browns Valley, after spending multiple meetings out there, meeting with people and speaking with experts in the industry, was to convert the original multipurpose room in the front of Browns Valley into a modern library, which can also be used as a community space. This is aligned to what was recently incurred at all other sites that have a secondary multipurpose room. We would then convert the double-wide current library into either option 1, 2 full-size classrooms, or option 2, 1 full classroom and a classroom split into 3 smaller spaces for intervention or offices. This would result in 2 full classrooms or 4 spaces being created depending on what the site chose. Additionally, we explored converting the multipurpose room into classrooms. It was determined to be very cost prohibitive as a result of extensive structural and HVAC work that would need to occur. There are also cost considerations for Browns Valley. So both option 1 and 2 would cost approximately $300,000. The cost of 2 portables, once they're completely installed, so you'll see with portables tonight, there's costs there, but it's actually more expensive than that. So the cost of 2 portables, when it's through and done, is about $1.2 million, or about $600,000 a piece. So option 1 or 2 would cost 1/3 of the cost of portables and result in a far superior product. Adding facilities in a school that has space in the main building that could be converted would be wasteful and would also result in less play space, as the portables would need to be placed on the field or on the blacktop. Communication plan. Multiple meetings were held with Principal Osborne by myself and Executive Director Manning. While we thought he would be supportive, ultimately he rejected our proposals in writing. We discussed this proposal with staff during a meeting about Measure B, and we also discussed this proposal during a parent club meeting about Measure B, but ultimately we did receive some negative comments about it. Due to the fact that this is an optional project and there wasn't strong support from either teachers or Principal Osborne, the project was put on hold as there's a need to focus on Measure B and safety-related projects. Next slide. So the same work was completed for Shear. Shear has adequate space at this time and no additional portables are needed. This was confirmed through multiple site visits and conversations with Principal Montgomery. Next slide. For Vichy, we completed multiple site walks with Principal Zickmund. It's similar to Browns Valley in the after-school program, Prop 28 funding for the arts program, and additional staffing for interventionists used up some of this spare space. Their multi-purpose room, as opposed to Browns Valley, has already been converted into classroom spaces a long time ago, long before I arrived. So a plan similar to Browns Valley is not an option. And so while I was working on this analysis, we did get some additional enrollment for TK, and so we do need to add a portable at Vichy to make sure that there is space for the TK students who are coming in, for resident students. And so we made the decision to also add 2 additional portables at Vichy to allow for future expansion. It's just a lot more cost effective to do this all at once than to do it separately. Next slide. And with that, if there's any questions from the board about this item.
Thank you. We're going to go to public comments first.
We have 2 in the boardroom.
Okay, so we'll do the in-person first. First one is Principal Meshach Osborne. Can you turn on the mic? There should be a button. Yes, thank you.
Meshach Osborne, Browns Valley School TK principal. I am speaking on action item K3A, which we will receive board approval this evening for the addition of 3 portables for Vichy Elementary School, which is expanding to a TK8, and should, as this is a positive and important step, ensuring the Vichy school and community have the appropriate space needed to support such an expansion. Browns Valley is one of 2 schools before Vichy to have expanded to become a TK8 school by grade level, meaning we have had no additional portables or no new builds added to the school site. The need for additional space through portables with the expansion to a TK8 model has been expressed and requested by Browns Valley School TK8 and its community. The requests have been denied with the suggestion to space swap, which would not add space and in some versions reduce space. Currently, our school site has had to float a number of our staff working on campus, classes who are performing grade level tasks together, and testing accommodations for small groups or individuals, for example, from one space to another based on availability and use. The assistant principal, which we are grateful to have on campus Monday through Wednesday, shares the principal's office while on campus. When outside agencies come to Browns Valley and meet to work with students and staff and need a private space for confidential matters or privacy of information, the space has not readily been available due to lack of space. Browns Valley Elementary in 2021-2022 had 471 students, which grew to 541 students in 2022-2023 school year, the first year of the TK8 expansion. We have since grown to 676 students in the 2025-2026 school year without any additional space throughout portables or otherwise, cramping the still vibrant campus. With the rationale stated in action item K3A to support the funding and addition of 3 portables for Vichy, we request facilities revisit the addition of space or portables to Browns Valley School TK8. We ask that the process be done in a clearer, more transparent, and equitable manner, as this again is great news for Vichy, however disappointing and surprising news to TK8 site in need of and having consistently raised the concern about limited space for students, staff, and the community to effectively and more efficiently educate young people. Thank you for your time and listening to our concern around action item K3A and the BV community present this evening. Browns Valley Bears, grr.
Thank you for your comments. We have another comment from Janine Marks Alexander.
Glad this is on, thank you. Good evening, NVUSD Board President Dr. Chu, fellow board members, Dr. Musetti, attending assistant superintendents, Napa Valley Unified staff, NVEA leadership, guests, and parents. My name is Janine Marks Alexander. I am a proud product of NVUSD school system. I am a Browns Valley TK teacher, Browns Valley NVEA site representative, Browns Valley site representative on the Superintendent's Teacher Advisory Committee, member of the Napa Valley Unified School District TK leadership team, and have been a teacher in Napa Valley Unified since 1995. I come before you tonight to express my disappointment that Browns Valley has not yet received new or expanded facilities. Over the past 4 years, our enrollment and grade level growth has increased significantly from a TK5 campus to a TK8 campus with enrollment shy of 700. This places additional pressure on classrooms, shared spaces, and learning resources. While staff and administration have worked hard to manage these challenges, the lack of space, new facilities, is increasingly affecting the quality of learning, of the learning environment and well-being of both students, teachers, and staff. We had hoped that this growth would be matched with appropriate investment in infrastructure to assure that all students have access to safe, adequate, and supportive learning spaces. The absence of such investment by the district is concerning, particularly given the school's ongoing commitment to maintaining high educational standards. We have no areas for our support staff, counselors, social workers, parent liaisons, even CPS visitors to have private conversations with parents and others involved. We play a shell game on rainy days with elementary and middle school PE. Our 4 PE teachers have a desk and child-sized stools in our storage shed to meet and plan privately. Our OT provider is tucked away in a shared space in our old multi-use room. Our art teacher has to wear earplugs and noise-canceling headphones to plan and prepare TK through 8 art activities in our old multi-use room, where it is used during the day for music and other activities and Boys and Girls Club after school. To be transparent, we have had a recent offer to move our library to create extra mini spaces in one room, but realistically, that does not give the privacy, respect, and soundproofing certain staff would need, as it would not relieve the real expansion that is needed. The current board's agenda for this evening is to approve Vichy, who is beginning their journey as a TK8 campus, to receive 3, and we do support Vichy. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Janine.
Thank you for your comment. Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments online?
We do not have any public comment on this item.
Okay, thank you. Board members, do you have any questions or comments? Any online? Okay, well, I actually have one question. I know that the original idea was to convert the old multi-use room into a library. So what is that space being used for right now?
I can address part of what I've seen, and I'm sure Mr. Osborne can also address some of that. So what I've, Dr. Massetti, or no, it would just be myself.
Yeah, we can't have
Yeah,
public
sure.
speakers. It's not because we're being rude, it's just the rules, and
It's the
we
rules,
have to
so,
apply them
sure.
consistently and regularly. So.
Yeah, so I've seen it transition kind of through the years. So the prior year, it was being used for a STEM space. So I've seen it being used for that. I've seen it being used for music. I've seen, as teachers describe, being kind of like people kind of tucked away in corner. However, it's and for a lot of storage. So there's a lot of storage of old equipment that's in there, and it is just not aligned with what we've done with all of our other schools. So all of our other schools have their old multipurpose rooms converted into either a library, or some of them were converted into classroom spaces long before we got here. So if you look, for example, at Donaldson Way, similar pattern. So when you get a new multi-purpose room built, typically we convert that into a library. And then that can be used as a multi-purpose state. It can be used as a community. It communicates to the community that we value literacy. It would get a complete remodel. The other library, the existing library, which is a double-wide portable, we'd put a wall up in the middle, so it would go back to its original state of being two portables, and so that would allow the addition of two complete classroom spaces. They could be used in any way they choose, or it would be one complete portable all by itself, and on the other side, we could divide that up into 3 classroom spaces, similar to what's already occurred at Browns Valley. So at Browns Valley, currently, they have smaller classrooms, they have smaller offices. Those smaller offices at one point in time were larger classrooms that were converted with walls put in them. So it would be similar. So very similar to what we see at other schools.
Thank you. Okay. So this is an action item. So may I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may I get a roll call?
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before any of the speakers leave, if you want to provide to me in writing the current use of that space to provide accurate information, that's the best of those of us that are not operationally there. That's our best guess based on our observations. But if one of the speakers would like to send that to me and as secretary to the Board of Education, I'll forward that information to the board.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Item K3B, contracts with Chaudhry and Associates. Mr. Michaels, is there public comment online?
There's no public comment on this item.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, may I get a roll call?
Yes, Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K3C, contracts with Miller Pacific. Mr. Michaels, any comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K3D, Division of State Architect Plan Review Fees. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Roll call vote, please, Ms. Morales.
Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K4, Human Resources. K4A, Agreement with Simpson University Internship. Mr. Michaels, any comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank you.
Move to approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K4B, Ratification of Data Privacy Agreement with GoReact. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5, Instructional Services. K5A, New High School Course of Study Adoptions. Mr. Michael, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5B, 2025-26 School Plan for Student Achievement Addendums. Mr. Michaels, any comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5C, 2024-2025 School Accountability Report Cards published in 2025 to 2026. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader.
Aye.
Trustee Shu.
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares.
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Water.
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you. Item K5D, Agreement with Color Motion and Student Data Privacy Agreement. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Thank
Move to
you.
approve?
Second.
First by Trustee Riser, second by Trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5E, agreement with Walsworth. Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments on this item?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5F, agreement with Entourage Yearbook and Student Data Privacy Agreement. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5G, agreement with Lakeland Tours LLC DBA World Strides. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares, Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5H, agreement with Palo Alto Software and Student Data Privacy Agreement. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
I need a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item K5I, agreement with Aperture Media and Design. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There are no public comments on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye, my favorite company.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. And last action item, K5J, amendment to College and Career Access Pathways Partnership Agreement. Mr. Michaels, any public comments online?
There is no public comment on this item.
Move to approve.
Second.
First by trustee Riser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Student Board Member Fish Leader,
Aye.
Trustee Shu,
Aye.
Trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
Trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Water,
Aye.
Trustee Ricer.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Item L, informational. L1, general services. L1A, curriculum and student supports committee. I don't believe they've met, and there's no attached minutes. L1B, Facilities and Technology Committee, also no attached minutes, and I don't think they've met. L1C, Finance Committee, we did meet and the minutes are attached. Mr. Michaels, are there any public comments on this agenda item?
There are no public comments on this item.
Thank you. L1D, Policy Committee, they have not met and there are no minutes attached. L1E, Summary of Visit from the California Collaborative on District Reform, and there's something attached.
Yes, I just want to highlight this. This was we heard reports a couple months ago from trustees Water, Reiser, and President Chu, who actually were part of the two-day convening. And part of the sort of post-convening action by the collaborative is that they publish a narrative about the experience in the district where they conducted the visit and where they engaged in the community of practice learning. And so I just I was really proud of the narrative that they produced, and it really does speak to the quality of the work happening here in NVUSD. And so I just wanted to make sure that it was clearly available to the public via the board agenda as an informational item. So anybody who wants to learn about the strategic work that we're doing here in the district and how it was described by the collaborative, which is a organization, the California Collaborative on District Reform is an organization that studies problems of practice across school districts in the state of California, and then convenes researchers, philanthropists, superintendents from across the state. I said researchers, and then engage in 2 days of learning around that district's problem of practice. And then they produce findings on what they learned and potential recommendations and next steps. So it was a great experience, and it's great to have this as a sort of culminating deliverable from that 2 days of learning with educational leaders and researchers from across the state. We were happy to serve as an example for California public schools.
President Chu, can I comment on that?
Yes.
I found that it was fascinating reading, and I have major FOMO at not being there. So what the thing that I really appreciated about reading that is when the district decided to focus on data. There was a lot of talk about being data driven and using data in instruction, instruction, and the narrative related a conscientious effort to address a vulnerability a teacher might have had about all of a sudden having the data from the student achievement be addressed with them. And I really, as a teacher myself, I really appreciated that vulnerability would be addressed, because that's a very natural thing for someone who takes their job seriously and has thought they were doing a good job all along, but then all of a sudden, and teachers have been here for doing the same thing for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden be told that in this new regime, what they need to start changing something different. So I really appreciated that your team took into consideration how that might feel threatening, or that a teacher might feel vulnerable in looking at their job in a new way. So I just wanted to comment on that. That's a really more people-focused way to create change in the organization. I just want to say I appreciated that.
Yeah, that is truly our authentic problem of practice, is how, while we're increasing accountability through the examination of data across all the work that we do, but now with the focus on instruction, how do we manage and move through and collaborate through that increase of accountability while preserving the amazing relationship that we have with our educators. And I do want to recognize Deb St. Clair is here, and she participated in the 2 days, and a lot of our asset here in the organization is our relationship with our teachers and our Teachers Association. So it really truly is our authentic problem of practice, and it was great to dive into it for 2 days and then take learning around that and continue to kind of consciously improve the district with this focus on data while really maintaining our relationship, our positive relationship. So Thank you. Thanks for recognizing that. It's nice to hear it mirrored back from somebody who just read the report and wasn't there. So it feels good. Thanks.
It was a really fun experience, and I love data-driven decisions because that's actually part of my work too. So really appreciate that.
Yes, the three trustees did an excellent job those days.
Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments online?
There are no public comments on this item.
Great, thank you. Item L2, Business Services. L2A, Warrant Register for Accounts Payable Checks Issued by NVUSD. Mr. Michaels, do we have any public comments online on this item?
There are no public comments on this item.
Thank you. Item L2B, Renewal Agreement, Stonebridge School. Mr. Michaels, any public comments on this item?
There are no public comments on this item.
Okay, thank you. We are now at item M, additional suggestions and comments from board members and superintendent. Any comments, suggestions? Okay. Seeing that there are none, we are now on to item N, future agenda items. Anybody have future agenda items? No? All right. Now we are on item O, adjournment.
Move to approve.
Move to adjourn, second. Move to adjourn, second. Move to adjourn.
All right, motion by trustee Reiser, second by trustee Martin. Ms. Morales, roll call vote, please.
Yes, student board member Fish Leader,
Aye.
trustee Shu,
Aye.
trustee Gonzalez Mares,
Aye.
trustee Jankowicz,
Aye.
trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Water,
Aye.
trustee Reiser.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Good.